Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Clay Garner, and I am the Director of Continuity and Mission Assurance at New York City Emergency Management, or NYCEM. So, as our name suggests, we are responsible for helping New Yorkers prepare for, respond to, and recover from all types of emergencies and disasters. We have a small but mighty team with an incredible mission. We are staffed by more than 200 dedicated professionals with every type of background you can imagine and area of expertise. We are responsible for monitoring citywide events and incidents, coordinating emergency response efforts, maintaining a 24/7 watch command and emergency operations center. And we also have a robust preparedness operation. So we're out there in the community working with volunteer programs, volunteers that are active in disasters, and all types of community organizations that you can imagine. So I'm joined by two of my colleagues here today, but this is our first pitch. So we are very interested in risk forecasting through collective prediction. So as you probably know, New York City faces increasingly complex risks that cut across agencies, infrastructures, communities, and service providers. But at the same time, city government already contains a deep network of knowledge and intelligence. We have analysts and staff from all across not just our agency, but the city. And the challenge is that this knowledge is often left in silos. Not all staff, even if they are well versed in a topic, are incentivized or encouraged to share that knowledge. And as a result, a lot of valuable insights are left on the table, and uncertainty can be difficult to compare. And for all the emerging risks that we're facing, this really is an opportunity for us to better capture knowledge on those risks. So we aim to strengthen the city's risk forecasting for emerging threats by systematically eliciting, aggregating, and updating the embedded expertise that is already distributed in city agencies, and to reduce our need to rely on external partners and consultants for this work. So our main question is, can we strengthen the accuracy of New York City's risk forecasting for emergencies by improving how we elicit, aggregate, and evaluate that knowledge? We hope to develop a forecasting framework and strategy and a pilot around a specific emerging threat for NYCEM, such as flash floods or cyber risks, to be determined. We can help you get access to an incredible network of not just emergency managers, but all types of subject matter experts, as well as internal data that we have access to and tools for that purpose. And we are seeking an applied forecasting or collective intelligence expert, perhaps like a behavioral economist with experience across forecasting, aggregation methods, incentives, and other types of behavioral science to support with this work. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marguerite Lally. I'm a resiliency operations specialist at NYCEM, and I'm going to walk through our project that will review and visualize the traffic impacts of Lower Manhattan's coastal resilience projects. So as many of you know, New York City is advancing several neighborhood-scale flood protection projects across Lower Manhattan. Each of these systems requires a series of gate and street closures that are carefully sequenced before a coastal storm. NYCEM, working with support from DEP's BCR and NYC DOT, is looking to better understand how these storm deployment closures will affect traffic conditions in real time. So we're looking to answer, how will these planned gate and street closures impact traffic during storm deployments, and how can we visualize that information so agencies can better coordinate and communicate their operations? Our ultimate goal is to create GIS tools that will strengthen situational awareness, improve interagency coordination, and support faster and more confident decision-making during storm preparation. We're looking for a volunteer to help us visualize the data that will contribute to these tools. Specifically, someone with the capability to digitize the gates themselves and the street closures. NYCEM and our partners will be providing core data sets, including gate closure sequencing, emergency response plans, and project area maps. These resources provide the foundation for accurate visualization and mapping. So we're looking for someone with a strong GIS background to support this work, someone comfortable with spatial analysis and data visualizations, And experience with emergency operations or coastal flood risk is also definitely a plus. So if that sounds like you, please contact me after this. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Emily Merlot. I am NYSEM's Resiliency Grants Program Manager, here to talk today about urban BCAs. So ever since Hurricane Sandy, New York City has accrued hundreds of millions of dollars of awarded resiliency funding through FEMA's family of hazard mitigation assistance programs. This includes grants like BRIC, FMA, and HMGP. And one of the critical pieces of criteria that helps to justify eligibility when applying for these programs is cost effectiveness. So FEMA wants you to prove that the benefits are outweighing the costs. And this is commonly done through FEMA's benefit cost analysis toolkit. This toolkit contains various standardized values to estimate avoided damages and many other factors. And one of the great things about it is that it helps to lower the lift for anyone that's interested in applying, because otherwise it's typically a very technically complex system. But where the issue comes in is that these inputs are standardized, right? So across many different scales of cities, across different geographies, all across the country, these inputs for these different factors are largely the same. So what we're asking is, are the standardized values within this toolkit appropriate for New York City, or are there inputs that are more aligned with the nuances of our complex systems of infrastructure and community that could better speak to how effective, cost-effective these projects are going forward? So we're looking for identification of any toolkit values that do not reflect the New York City context, looking for the development of a methodology to develop new, more localized values that does based on that nuance, and then follow up with backup documentation to support that and justify the use of these inputs to future FEMA benefit cost analyses for resiliency projects. We have a lot of resources available to do this. We actually just wrapped up a project back in March that was our BCA catalog toolkit that has the entire library of all standardized FEMA BCA inputs, best practices, how-to BCA guides, the whole works. We're also able to provide dozens of different BCA reports from previously submitted projects. You'll have access to our experts and much more. On our end, we're seeking a research partner that has expertise with economic modeling, understanding of climate adaptation strategies for public infrastructure and associated co-benefits, and interest in the impacts of mitigation and resilience projects at the local level. We're available, so please reach out with any questions, and we're excited to make a match for any one of these great projects. Thank you so much.